In this episode of the Peak Performance Leadership Podcast, I go solo again, and I'm going to reveal a game changer to you today. That's right. The game has changed, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for this? All right, let's do it. Welcome one, welcome all to the Peak Performance Leadership Podcast, a weekly podcast series dedicated to helping you hit peak performance across the three domains of leadership. Those being leading yourself, leading your team, and leading your organization. This podcast couples my 20 years of military experience as a senior Canadian Army officer with world-class guests to bring you the most complete podcast of leadership going. And for more, feel free to check out our website at movingforwardleadership.com. And with that, let's get to the show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's so good to have you here. It is your Chief Leadership Officer, Scott McCarthy, and thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. And I know I teased you pretty good there at the beginning that, the game has changed. What does that mean? What does it mean the game has changed? Well, I'm going to tell you what I mean. I'm going to tell you that I am going to announce to you today something which is game-changing. Something not found anywhere else except here at the Moving Forward Leadership ecosystem, which includes Peak Performance Leadership Podcast and, of course, our Leader Growth Mastermind, right? Where you come to level up your leadership abilities, level up your personal life, your work life, anything you want to. So what is this big announcement? How has the game changed? Well, let me give you a quick rundown. AI is fast and fiercely changing the landscape, right? We see it. We've seen it with ChatGPT, and actually we've seen it before Chat. Let's be honest. Like your keyboards that used to predict what words were going to be next were a form of AI. Siri and Google Assistant are a form of AI. Now we're into the new generation of AI with ChatGPT and all the spin-offs that are coming from it. You can't really even not see a new website, a new service being developed, being launched out there where AI is the foundation of it. Well, you can either put a blind eye to it, you can basically try to ignore it, which I really don't recommend as options because the reality is that it's here to stay. And the final thing you can do is embrace it. And that's what I've done. So I've gone and embraced it. And with that, I am announcing to you today the game-changing, the exclusive to Moving Forward Leadership only, ScottBot. I know it's a bit of a funny name, but here's the thing. The ScottBot is your all-encompassing leadership bot. And I know you're immediately thinking, great, another bot, right? There are a dime a dozen these days. There's bots for basically everything, everywhere. So why do we need a ScottBot? Well, this bot is different. So the company I've partnered with to make the ScottBot enables us to do something very specific. And that is we get to assign to it what content we want it to know. This is very different than the other bots out there. So the other bots basically try to learn everything. ChatGPT, right? It tries to learn everything out there. So the more that goes into it, the more it learns. ScottBot, however, only learns what I want it to learn. So you're like, well, why is that a good thing? Here we go. Think about it. All of the podcast episodes I've ever recorded, some 300 and something now, if you include all the different bonus episodes and Monday leadership minutes and so on and so forth. All 300 plus of these are going to gone into the ScottBot. All the knowledge that has been brought out from my guests are in the ScottBot. So you can go ahead and ask it about things very specific. Maybe it's about imposter syndrome. Maybe it's about solving conflict in your teams. Maybe it's about how to develop a winning culture within your organization. Whatever it is, you can ask it that and you're going to get very detailed results because that's what it's focused on. Just like priorities. If your bot is focused at everything, then it's focused at nothing. So the ScottBot is focused 100% at leadership development. It is the only one out there, the only bot out there that does it. So what does this enable you to do? It enables you to have access to a leadership coach 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. You can simply just log in and type in your question, tell your situation, and get immediate help. It could be 10 a.m. in the morning. It could be 2 a.m. It doesn't matter, or 9 p.m. It just doesn't matter. It's there for you all the time. And you're going to get personalized responses, something that fits your situation. Unlike the blogs out there, right, which try to basically fit every possible scenario out there, you can put in your specific scenario, including specifics, and it will spit back out at you exactly what to do. If you have a conflict between Jane and John, it will tell you by name what to say and what to do with each person based off of the situation. So no more are you trying to really understand and then apply and figure out how the article and the principles within the article fit you or your situation, but rather you can go ahead and get those immediate personalized results. You want to do some learning and training? It can do that for you. Like, hey, teach me about imposter syndrome and how to get rid of it. Teach me about how to develop a culture of psychological safety in my team. Teach me about what, strategy and why it's important and how to develop a strategy for my organization. ScottBot can do all these things for you because it is focused 100% at these topics. So I've actually published this quite some time ago, well over a month now, within Leader Growth Mastermind, and the members in there are definitely using it and getting a ton out of it. So, for example, one of our members has been using it to develop a training package for their new team members. Another person is using it to help them overcome their imposter syndrome and build confidence in their skill sets. And another person is using it for team building activities to bring their team together. Now, I'm not going to get into specifics of who these people are because we value privacy in the Leader Growth Mastermind. So I always say just these people, unless I specifically ask them if I could mention their names, which I did in this case. So I'm not going to say it. But you get the point. These people are accessing this one-on-one, 24/7, getting what they want out of it, and they are getting the results. So You're like, wow, this is amazing. And yes, it's exclusive. It's only here at Moving Forward Leadership. There are no other places that have such a bot. So you're like, how do I get my hands on it? Well, it's not available to everyone. I'm sorry, but it's not. The ScottBot is only available if you're a member of the Leader Growth Mastermind or if you're a one-on-one coaching client. And let me tell you, this is just one of the many benefits that these programs give you. The Leader Growth Mastermind is our premier elite mastermind where people come to elevate their leadership. It's the best mastermind community out there for leaders because it doesn't stop. It's always there. There is no start or end dates. Like leadership, it doesn't end. We will always be there for you. And we get together and we talk about our struggles. And most importantly, we come out with actionable results to those struggles. People are crushing their imposter syndrome. They're changing their personal lives along with the lives of their team members. Some are getting new employees in a time where an economic downturn is such a real thing, but yet they're able to justify it and win over their superiors in agreeing to the need for these new employees. My one-on-one coaching clients get access to the ScottBot as well as the Leader Growth Mastermind. And this is where we really go deep on those issues that pertain particularly just to you and where you want to go with them. I've had one-on-one coaching clients launch businesses. One-on-one coaching clients get extreme promotions. One-on-one coaching clients being able to fend off imposter syndrome, brief to senior executives within their company, and then go on to get told to go ahead and pick whatever job you want. These are all legitimate, true case studies, ladies and gentlemen. And that is just some of the things that we offer you. So if you want to learn more, if you want to take advantage of this amazing tool that is sitting there waiting for you, that is exclusive just to us here at Moving Forward Leadership, then come and drop me a line. Shoot me an email at scott@movingforwardleadership.com and let me know. Better yet, if you're interested in joining the mastermind, go to lead.boss.com/mastermind. And from there, you can sign up right away and be accessing ScottBot plus all the other different resources available in there, including some 500 different worksheets. Okay. And you can start leveling up your leadership journey now. But you have to make the first step. So the question is, are you ready to do it or no?
And that's a wrap for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting the Peak Performance Leadership Podcast. But you know what you could do to truly support the podcast? And no, that's not leaving a rating and review. It's simply helping a friend. And that is helping a friend by sharing this episode with them if you think this would resonate with them and help them elevate their performance level, whether that's within themselves, their teams, or their organization. So do that, help me, help a friend, win-win all around, and hey, you look like a great friend at the same time. So just hit that little share button on your app, and then feel free to fire this episode to anyone that you feel would benefit from it. Finally, there's always more. There's always more lessons around being the highest performing leader that you can possibly be, whether that's for yourself, your team, or your organization. So why don't you subscribe? Subscribe to the show via movingforwardleadership.com/subscribe. And until next time, lead, don't boss, and thanks for coming out. Take care now.